Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Friday Five. It's been a couple weeks, and that is because I spent a week with my family up at a lake in Canada, and just getting back in the swing of things this week. And here we go, jumping right into number one, mortgage rates. Again, these are national averages from Mortgage News Daily. VA 30-year fixed sitting at 6.37%. FHA 30-year fixed at 6.35%. Conventional 30-year fixed, 6.82%. Conventional 15-year fixed Dave Ramsey special, 6.03%. And then that conventional 7-year ARM at 6.32%. So rates still staying under that 7% Mendoza line. And I think if we could see a little bit of tariff deals or just a little bit less concern about that, or a Fed rate cut or two, we may see some better rates. So stay tuned. I think rates are headed in the right direction, but I've been head faked on that twice in the past 18 months. Number two, VA mortgages sometimes get passed over in a multi-bid situation for a conventional loan. So I have a couple good eye-opening did you knows from our guy Brian Berjans. So first, did you know that the average credit score of a VA borrower last year was 718? Next, the average assets of a VA borrower last year was $65,000. Third, the average gross monthly income for a VA applicant last year was $10,205. And 15% of all VA buyers chose to put money down even though 100% financing was available to pretty much all of them. So listing agents and sellers maybe look at VA offers more favorably for two reasons. One, because it's coming from an individual who served our country. And second, because if you look at the data, it says that VA buyers, by and large, are very well qualified. Number three, you've heard the term buy down thrown around a lot lately, but what does a buy down really mean? So there's two main types of buy downs. First is a permanent rate buy down, where you pay upfront points to permanently lower your interest rate for the life of the loan. So that's the traditional type of buy down where you pay points. But there are also temporary buy downs, either a 1-year buy down or a 2-1 buy down, where there's a cost upfront, which is usually paid by the seller or the lender, to lower your interest rate on a temporary basis. So a 2-1 buy down, your rate would be 2% lower than the note rate for year one, and then it would be 1% lower than the note rate for year two. So let's say the rate is 6.82 from our conventional 30-year fixed. Then in year one, it would be 4.82. Year two, it would be 5.82. And then years 3 to 30, it would be the 6.82. So it can be a great strategy if you can get the seller to give you a seller assist to cover that buy down cost. But it's kind of hard for the lender to pay it right now because there's not a lot of additional revenue in the loans to be able to do that. Number four, let's talk about something that comes up from time to time in the home buying process, a reconsideration of value on a residential appraisal. So simply put, this is a formal request to the appraiser asking them to take another look at the home's value after they have already delivered the initial appraisal report. But the only way you can do it, you have to back it up with facts. So if the appraisal comes in lower than expected, the lender can submit additional comparable sales that the appraiser may have missed or point out factual errors in the report. And sometimes it works. More often than not, it doesn't. But I did have a situation a couple weeks ago where purchase price was $350, appraisal came in at $340, and then we were able to provide some additional comps and some additional data that got the appraiser to adjust the value up to $350. So that is something that exists, and it's called a reconsideration of value. Number five, the quote of the week, and this is from my buddy Josh Dutton, who I used to work with at a previous mortgage company. Great guy out in Colorado. Shout out to you, Josh. You're my boy. In his one of his daily posts, he said, "A man adrift at sea has two choices: drift further or seize the oar." So grab the oar and set your course. So I love that. We all have situations that happen to us throughout life but you do have the ability to grab the oar and dig in and plot your own course. So don't be passive, be in the driver's seat of your life, and good stuff from Josh. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great weekend with your family. If I can help you in any way, please reach out.